were refurbished from NATO and given to us. And a week after, 3 of those we bought from the trust, killing all my pilots and crew. 6 helicopters. And that was the time that I was also criticized heavily by the human rights of the United States Congress. And then, to my surprise, even in the Human Rights Commission. You know, during the time of 2 presidents ago, we were told by the United States itself that if we do not take care, if we do not watch out, our country will be swallowed by drugs. And it came to pass with about 2 presidents. And we saw mayors, city mayors, and the chairman of the most their basic unit of government, 50,000 into drugs. And when I took over, I found out that 9 generals were involved in the trafficking of drugs. I said, I'm not only fighting corruption from the inside government. I was fighting corruption and the trafficking of drugs, even in my government. And that is why I had to do something very bad. And now people say that my pronouncements actually encourage everybody to kill the drug lords and drug addicts. You know, frankly, I would be happy to if that thing's happen. And I enunciated the role when I became president. And that was also the same role when I was mayor for 21 years in a city. And I said that I'm going to build a comfortable city, a safe city, a city where you can walk. And I asked the police, ask your wife and children to walk the streets at night. If they come home unmolested, unbridled by worries, not victims of mugging and crimes, because there were so many addicts on the streets. And I said, I want that kind of environment. Then I proceeded. That this I would pose to the entire community of the world. Is it wrong for a president to say that do not destroy my country, especially the children, because I will kill you. And that was my order to the armed forces and to the police. And right now, even as I fly here and go back, there are about, again, 2 generals who are still playing with that. And I said, well, I told you, do not destroy my country because it is being flooded with drugs. With so many families created and become dysfunctional. You only have to have one addict in the family and the entire family collapses, becomes a socially disorganized unit. And I have to act for it. And the human rights are accusing me of murdering 70, now it's 20, now it's 7. So let me explain. These human rights guys are very eager to see a dead carcass of a criminal, a drug lord, a city mayor. And they would question me, why was he killed? Or despite of the evidence of drugs all over the house, and one house of a certain mayor that was killed had paper walls stick with 500 pesos. It was made as wall of the house, inside. And so I said, well, I warned you, do not do it, because I will kill you. But I also ordered the military and the police, go out and dismantle the organized crime of drug trafficking. And if you find your life in danger, I will order you to shoot them. Rather see a policeman or a soldier dead. In Marawi Rebellion, it started with a drug case. And so it was rebellion because almost everybody of that place, which was really the laboratory of the entire Philippines, where drug was produced and people had money, can see no business there except the stores. And yet, there was one in another city that 100 cars, 2 Lamborghinis and so many Porsches. And yet, the human rights would still insist on a wrong committed. So I'm telling you, I'm sorry. But if there is something, I told you dismantle. And in the process, you kill. And I said to the world, and to the United Nations, and to everybody, I take responsibility for all of the consequences of this drug war. I and I alone. If someday somebody has to be hanged, I will be happy. I will even put the noose on my neck and say, go ahead. Or if you want to shoot me in a firing squad, fine. Our national hero died well before a firing squad. That could be an honor for me to be the same in this situation. But I do not aspire for honor. I do not aspire to be known. I'm just a citizen, a worker of government. And I will do what it needs, what I have to do to protect people, especially the next generation. And that is what I have been known. They're always threatening me with bringing me to the. That would be the thing. We have courts in my country. The judges are independent. The prosecutors do not talk to me. And so I said, if there is somebody who will answer for this, I will, but you have to do it now. And I have fired so many prosecutors and judges because corruption was eroding the very foundation. And I said that was I came up with this statement. Little did I know that I will not only be fighting the criminals, the drug lords, the kidnappers. I was fighting men in my own government and the corruption that drugs do. Drugs cannot prosper, I tell you, unless the military and the police would allow it. If the city mayor in my city, if I say do not do it, and if you have been to the Philippines, do not look at the carcass of the criminals. You get nothing. Look at the many thousands of families that are socially dysfunctional people. If you want to destroy your enemy, feed one of his children with drugs, and your dog, the family goes kaput. I am faced with the job of the human rights of the criminals. I have no business. I have no universal right to destroy a fellow human being. I do not allow the military to shoot a person hog-tied or with stretched hand instrument.